Minnesota Timberwolves versus Charlotte Hornets. Under the lights at Spectrum Center, two teams fighting for rhythm meet in a pivotal early season test. The Timberwolves, 2-3 11th West, face the Hornets, 2-3 11th West, 3rd Southeast, both eager to climb above .500 and settle into form. Minnesota holds a slight statistical edge, but Charlotte's home court and LaMelo Ball's creativity keep things wide open. It's power versus pace, a clash that could reveal which team is ready to rise from the middle tier. Minnesota averages 114.2 points on 47.8% shooting, powered by Randle's versatility and Gobert's interior dominance. Randle leads the way with 26.6 points, 8.4 rebounds, and 5.4 assists, hitting 46.4% from the field and 81.1% at the line. McDaniels complements him with 16.6 points and 38% from deep, while DiVincenzo adds 12.6 points and perimeter grit with 1.4 steals per game. On defense, McDaniels is 2.0 blocks, and Gobert's rebounding anchor a unit built to control pace and wear opponents down. Charlotte thrives on pace and fluid offense, averaging 124.0 points on 49.5% shooting and 35.8% from three, one of the league's most dynamic attacks when rhythm clicks. LaMelo Ball fuels it all, posting 24.4 points, 8.0 rebounds, and 10.2 assists, while shooting 44.2% from the field and 80% at the line. Bridges adds 18.2 points with steady scoring. Sexton brings downhill force at 18.0 on 48%, and rookie Knueppel stretches the floor at a sharp 50% from deep, yet defense lags behind. Charlotte still bleeds points in the paint and misses key forwards Williams and Miller. Recent form highlights both teams' inconsistency. Minnesota has alternated wins and losses, dropping 2 straight after a solid stretch, averaging 120 points, but faltering defensively late. Charlotte mirrors that pattern at 2-3 in its last 5, with back-to-back losses to Miami and Washington, despite strong offensive showings. Both squads can light up the scoreboard, but maintaining focus and composure across 4 quarters remains their shared hurdle. The marquee duel is Randle versus Ball, power against pace. Randle drives Minnesota's offense with strength and mid-range touch, thriving on contact and control. Ball counters with flair and tempo, dishing double-digit assists while hitting 42% from deep. It's structure versus spontaneity, Randle's precision against Ball's creativity. Whoever dictates rhythm first could shape the game's flow and final result. Minnesota's formula centers on interior control and rebounding dominance. Averaging 44 boards per game, the Wolves can erase second-chance chances behind Gobert and Reed. Their flow hinges on Conley's command and DiVincenzo's perimeter work to contain Ball's drives. Charlotte counters with tempo, seeking transition mismatches and early threes from Bridges, Sexton, and Knueppel. But without Williams and Miller protecting the rim, the Hornets risk being overpowered inside, exactly where Minnesota thrives. Bench play could swing this one. Minnesota's depth, fueled by Reed's energy and Highland's shooting, gives them the edge. Charlotte leans on Kalkbrenner's defense and Diabate's rebounding, but consistency remains an issue. Late-game coaching tweaks and control of turnovers and shot quality may decide the outcome. In the end, Minnesota's balance and interior control should outweigh Charlotte's flash. The Wolves can dictate pace, dominate the paint, and rely on Randle's half-court scoring late. Ball will create moments, but without full support, the Hornets may fade defensively. Expect a quick Charlotte start, steady Minnesota push, and composed finish from the visitors. Prediction: Timberwolves 121, Hornets 114. Minnesota steadies the ship behind Randle's all-around dominance and Gobert's control inside, handing Charlotte its 3rd straight loss and reminding the league that balance still beats flash when the game slows down. After analyzing both teams, My pick for this match is Timberwolves winner. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. Golden State Warriors versus Indiana Pacers. The spotlight turns to Gainbridge Fieldhouse tonight as the 4-2 Golden State Warriors, third in the West, visit the winless 0-5 Indiana Pacers, desperate to stop a 5-game slide. The stakes are clear. Indiana needs its first spark of the season, while Golden State is eyeing another road statement to stay atop the Pacific Division race. The odds tilt heavily toward the visitors, nearly 70% in their favor. But the Pacers are fighting for pride, rhythm, and proof they can compete against one of the league's most efficient early-season powers. Golden State enters averaging 119.0 points per game, shooting 47.4% from the field and 41.8% from three, powered by the seamless blend of Stephen Curry's precision and Jonathan Kuminga's athletic punch. The Warriors rebound at 41.7 a night, move the ball with 28.2 assists, and defend actively with 8.0 steals and 4.0 blocks per contest. Indiana's offense hasn't been shy, 113.3 points per game, but inefficiency has cost them, connecting on just 40.4% overall and 32.0% from deep. They do hold their own on the boards, 50.0 rebounds, and share the ball at a 22.5 assist clip, but turnovers and cold streaks have buried late-game chances. Pascal Siakam leads the Pacers' fight with 26.2 points and 11.0 rebounds per game, anchoring a group that shows flashes but struggles with defensive consistency. The battle lines are drawn. Golden State's surgical efficiency versus Indiana's size and rebounding muscle. The Warriors arrive hot, winning 4 of their last 5, capped by a commanding 120-110 win over Milwaukee. They've topped 130 twice in that span, including a 139-119 explosion against Portland, proving their offensive flow is already in mid-season form. Their lone stumble came in a close battle with the Clippers, but this team's chemistry is undeniable. Steady pace, smart shot selection, and poised closing stretches. Indiana has dropped 5 straight, including a 128-108 loss to Atlanta and a double overtime setback to Oklahoma City. Their offense still clicks, but the defense has unraveled, allowing 126+ in 4 straight. The Pacers are chasing balance, leaning on Siakam's leadership while a reshuffled backcourt works to find rhythm and stability. This matchup centers on Stephen Curry versus Pascal Siakam. Curry's averaging 27 points on 49% shooting, hitting 42% from deep and 97% at the line, the engine of Golden State's fluid attack. Siakam answers with 26 points, 11 rebounds, and 55% shooting, blending strength and finesse as Indiana's anchor. Curry controls pace and spacing. Siakam dominates inside and in transition. The key question: can Indiana's length disrupt Curry's rhythm, or will the Warriors' spacing erase the Pacers' rebounding edge? Golden State's balance gives them the edge. Their offense thrives on quick decisions and spacing, with Draymond Green's 7.0 assists keeping it fluid, and Kuminga's 7.5 rebounds easing size issues. Indiana's interior strength, led by Siakam and Toppin, won't matter much without perimeter defense. The Warriors protect possessions better, commit fewer turnovers, and double Indiana's fast break output. Injuries to Toppin, Mathurin, and several guards stretch the Pacers' rotation, while Golden State's depth remains a weapon. Watch for Jimmy Butler III and Ray J. Dennis. Their spark could swing the momentum. In the end, this one comes down to execution and rhythm. Golden State's chemistry, sharp shooting, and veteran poise give them the edge over Indiana's inconsistent defense. The Pacers may hang around early with energy, but the Warriors' spacing and control should carry them to a late pull-away. Prediction: Warriors 124, Pacers 112. Golden State's efficiency and poise carry the night. Another statement road win for a team already shaping championship form. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Warriors winner. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. Orlando Magic versus Washington Wizards. Two young teams with something to prove collide in Washington as the Orlando Magic, 2-4, 11th in the East, visit the struggling Wizards, 1-4, 13th in the East. Both are searching for early season rhythm, but the stakes feel sharper for Washington, desperate to halt a three-game slide. Orlando enters favored, holding a commanding 71% win probability and showing flashes of cohesion through 6 games. For the Wizards, this is about pride and course correction, a must-win at home to avoid slipping further behind in the Southeast Division chase. Orlando's offense thrives on structure and smart shot selection. The Magic average 115.5 points on 47.5% shooting and 37.7% from three, fueled by Paolo Banchero's two-way surge, 22.5 PPG, 9.0 RPG, and Franz Wagner's versatility. They rebound well at 47.7 per game and share the ball effectively with 22.3 assists, though 16.5 turnovers remain an issue. Washington scores slightly more at 118.4 points, shooting 48.2% while pushing tempo behind Keyshawn George, 18.6 PPG, 8.8 RPG, 5.2 APG, and rim protector Alex Sarr, 2.0 BPG. But discipline plagues them. Too many wasted possessions, lapses on defense, and just 62.5% from the line often undo their offensive efforts. The contrast defines the matchup. Orlando's structured efficiency versus Washington's fast but flawed attack. The Magic rely on spacing, interior playmaking, and controlled tempo. The Wizards thrive in chaos. When transition clicks, they can overwhelm, but the consistency gap is real. Rebounding control and second-chance execution will shape the flow, especially with Moritz Wagner sidelined, stretching Orlando's front-court depth against Sarr and Marvin Bagley II. Momentum favors Orlando. The Magic have won 2 of their last 3, highlighted by a 123-107 win over Charlotte that displayed crisp ball movement and balanced scoring. Their recent losses came narrowly against playoff contenders. Washington, by contrast, has lost 3 straight, including high-scoring defeats to Philadelphia and Charlotte. The Wizards continue to put up points but can't sustain defensive resistance, surrendering 130-plus in consecutive games, a flaw Orlando is well-positioned to exploit. The spotlight falls on Paolo Banchero and Keyshawn George, 2 rising stars with contrasting styles. Banchero's power and versatility fuel Orlando, averaging 22.5 points on 43% shooting while anchoring the boards and setting a defensive tone. George, smoother and more perimeter-driven, adds 18.6 points on 53% shooting with playmaking flair, though his 62.5% from the line costs him. Banchero thrives in a slower, half-court rhythm. George excels in pace and flow. The duel's outcome may hinge on who controls tempo, Banchero's poise or George's speed. This matchup comes down to composure. Orlando's disciplined defense, anchored by length and precise rotations, can slow Washington's transition game by limiting turnovers. The Wizards must string together stops to stay close. Otherwise, Orlando's steady perimeter scoring from Suggs and Wagner will stretch them thin. The Magic's bench, powered by Desmond Bane's 16.2 points and Tristan da Silva's spark, gives them depth Washington lacks. Coaching could decide it. Orlando leans on its defensive identity, while Washington is still searching for late-game consistency. Expect a competitive start but a steady pull from the visitors. Orlando's ball control, rebounding edge, and interior efficiency provide the difference down the stretch. Washington's effort will flash, but without defensive structure, it's unlikely to last through the fourth quarter. Prediction: Orlando Magic, 118, Washington Wizards, 110. Orlando's composure and balance win out on the road, another step forward in their growing Eastern identity, and another lesson in patience for Washington's rebuild. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Orlando Magic winner. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. Houston Rockets versus Boston Celtics, Friday night at TD Garden, brings a clash of pace and pride between two teams searching for early season momentum. The Houston Rockets, 2-2, ninth in the West, step in riding a two-game win streak and holding a narrow 58% win probability edge, while the Boston Celtics, 3-3, sixth in the East, counter with a home mark of 1-1 and their own three-game winning surge. Both teams have shown flashes of elite offense, but consistency and depth will define this non-conference statement game on the first night of November. Houston enters averaging a league-leading 127.8 points per game, firing at 49.4% from the field and 34.8% from deep. The Rockets play fast, aggressive basketball, pushing tempo through Alperen Sengun's playmaking and Kevin Durant's scoring precision. Their 47.3 rebounds per game show muscle on the glass, while their 25.5 assists highlight fluid ball movement. Yet their 9.8 turnovers per night reveal occasional looseness, an opening for disciplined opponents. Boston's offense is steadier, averaging 114.2 points, while shooting 44.6% overall and 33.1% from three. The Celtics rely on balance, crisp perimeter spacing, methodical half-court execution, and defensive containment anchored by Nehemiah Queta's interior presence. Boston moves the ball well with 21.2 assists per game, and their 44.8 rebounds show collective hustle. But their defensive rotations will be tested against Houston's multi-angle scoring attack. Kevin Durant leads Houston with 27.5 points per game on 52.2% shooting, pairing elite efficiency with smooth mid-range dominance. Sengun controls the interior, averaging 21.0 points, 8.8 assists, and 2.0 steals per game, a unique blend of vision and versatility at center. Around them, Jabari Smith Jr. and rookie Reed Shepherd stretch the floor with confident perimeter rhythm. Boston's offense runs through Jaylen Brown, who's producing 26.8 points per game while shooting 52.2% from the field and 46.9% from three. Derek White adds 17.0 points and secondary playmaking, while Peyton Pritchard's 6.0 assists drive the perimeter flow. Defensively, Queta's 1.6 blocks per game and Minot's 1.8 steals underline Boston's ability to contest every lane. This matchup centers on Houston's explosive offense versus Boston's structured defense. The Rockets push tempo and space the floor, while the Celtics counter with discipline and control. Boston must disrupt Durant and Sengun without freeing Houston's shooters, and Houston must handle Brown's drives and White's movement. Momentum leans Boston's way after three straight wins, highlighted by sharper defense and smoother offense. Houston's also rolling after two dominant home victories, powered by Durant and Sengun, but their early road struggles hint at vulnerability away from home. The headline duel, Durant versus Brown, defines this matchup. Durant's precision and control face Brown's strength and speed. Both carry extra weight with teammates sidelined, and whoever handles defensive pressure better will likely decide the game's flow. Tactically, Houston's spacing can test Boston's interior defense, but the Celtics' depth, especially from Pritchard, White, and Queta, can offset Houston's front-court wear. Rebounding will be key. Adams and Sengun combine for nearly 19 boards per game, yet Boston's collective effort may even the battle. The pace hinges on control, Houston's creativity against Boston's structure, with turnovers and shot choices likely deciding momentum. Prediction: Houston 122, Boston 116. Durant's steady scoring and Sengun's playmaking give Houston the late edge. Boston pushes back behind Brown's aggression, but the Rockets' fluid offense and rebounding control seal it. On the road, Houston delivers a composed, efficient performance, a statement win that strengthens their early season momentum. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Houston winner. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. Dallas Mavericks versus Detroit Pistons. The stage is set south of the border, where the Dallas Mavericks, 2-3, 12th in the Western Conference, meet the Detroit Pistons, 3-2, 6th in the East, under the bright lights of Mexico City. One team seeks a course correction, the other aims to prove its rise is real. The numbers tilt heavily toward Detroit, carrying a commanding edge in projected win probability. But in a neutral site showcase, poise and depth often rewrite expectations. For Dallas, it's a chance to reclaim rhythm amid injuries. For Detroit, it's an opportunity to build early season legitimacy on an international platform. Dallas enters averaging 107.8 points per game, while shooting 43.4% from the field and 34.8% from three. Their attack leans on precision rather than pace, structured through Anthony Davis's inside command and D'Angelo Russell's orchestration. Davis leads the Mavericks at 20.8 points and 10.2 rebounds per game, shooting 52% from the floor and 74% at the line. Russell adds 5.4 assists with a composed perimeter touch. Yet, injuries cloud their rhythm. Davis, Lively, and Gafford all face return timetables, testing their frontcourt resilience. Detroit, on the other hand, rides in with balance and belief. The Pistons are posting 115.0 points per game, converting nearly 49.6% of their shots and 33.2% from deep. Cade Cunningham has elevated his command, averaging 22.2 points, 8.2 assists, and 5.6 boards per game with a strong 48% shooting clip. His control and creativity drive an offense that's fluid and assertive. Behind him, Jalen Duren, 10 rebounds per game, anchors the interior, while wings like Ausar Thompson and Ronald Holland bring athletic defense and transition punch. The Pistons' structure is clear. Spacing, speed, and relentless rebounding define their identity. The contrast couldn't be sharper. Dallas plays measured half-court basketball, leaning on Davis's methodical footwork and Russell's pick-and-roll timing. Detroit thrives on tempo, pushing pace through Cunningham's early reads and Duren's rim pressure. Statistically, the Pistons have been sharper from two-point range, 59.4%, and freer in motion, whereas Dallas has struggled generating consistent looks inside. Rebounding and second-chance control loom large. Detroit's plus 4.0 rebound margin could dictate flow against a Dallas squad short on size and depth. Recent form favors Detroit. The Mavericks sit 2-3, showing grit but struggling to close games. Detroit, with 3 wins in 5 and a 135-116 rout of Orlando, looks sharper, moving the ball well and locking down defensively late. The spotlight falls on Cunningham and Davis in Mexico City. Cunningham's control and playmaking drive Detroit, while Davis anchors Dallas with scoring, rebounding, and defense. Their clash isn't direct but defines the game's tone: youth versus experience, poise versus power, with whoever sets the rhythm likely deciding the outcome. Dallas must control tempo, running through Davis in the post and trusting Russell to create for Thompson and Washington. Defensively, sharp rotations are key to limiting Detroit's cuts and Duren's rebounding. The Pistons will push pace, exploit mismatches, and rely on bench depth, Robinson's shooting and Stewart's defense, to sustain momentum. The X factors are perimeter shooting and second-chance points. If Dallas hits from deep, especially Thompson and Christie, they can stay close. But Detroit's rebounding and pace should tilt control, with Cunningham and Harris dictating rhythm as the Pistons pull away. Prediction: Detroit 118, Dallas 108. Detroit's balance, rebounding, and shot creation make the difference. Dallas competes with discipline, but injuries shrink their margin for error. In Mexico City, the Pistons' energy carries them to a confident statement win. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Detroit winner. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box.